Hola, hola, buenas tardes. Aquí estamos con PincheAls Garage, live en vivo. That's right, everybody. I speak Spanish. I'm bilingual. Yep. Welcome everybody to PincheAls Garage Live with the Q&A, and we're helping a fellow helping a fellow dubber in need. Now, what does that mean? Oh, bagged VRT just joined. What's up? What's up? What's up, Cody? Now, for all you guys watching live, we recommend you heading over to the YouTube channel. Go live on Instagram just to get more people to join. We want you guys to go from there on over to YouTube. That way, if we get more people joining the live stream, hey, what's up? What's up, Waters? Yeah, this fool's gonna join. Dope, dope. Um, Again, we want you all to head on over to YouTube, look up my YouTube channel, PincheAls Garage, and join in on the live conversation. This is going to be a big one tonight. We're going to be helping out a fellow dubber in need. This guy pretty much owns a Mark IV 1.8T, needs some crazy advice on what to do with his car. He wants to move forward on his build, and he wants to actually build a what's up? What's up? He pretty much wants to get into building a car and build a big turbo VW. So we're just waiting for him to join. I don't know where he's gonna join. Right? VR6 swap it. Says the guy with the bagged VRT handle on Insta. No, sorry, buddy. But even though I'm building a VR6 turbo as well, all in all, the 1.8T, personally, the 1.8T is superior in overall, okay? Before you get mad and all triggered, it is superior for your pocket, okay? It is a superior build for anybody who wants to build a fun, affordable, fast car, okay? Before you get all butthurt and whatnot, all right? That's it. Now, if you have unlimited money and you want a big turbo VR6, yes, that is the more superior build over time. I give you that, okay? But most people will fight you over it and like, no. I don't care how much you want to fight me over a 1.8T over a VR6 turbo. A 1.8T is by far superior in every single way based on budget, okay? By the time you finish building a 1.8T that makes 400, 500 wheel horsepower, you're barely halfway in building your VR6 turbo. Okay? And this is coming from a guy who's already building a VR6 turbo. And it's like, bro, I'm already like way deep in this, and I don't have a choice to get, like, I have to finish it. But I'll give you one thing though. It's a lot easier to build a VR6 turbo than it is to do a big turbo 1.8T. I'll tell you that. It is an easier build overall. However, it's not, again, as affordable. I tell you that. All right. So we're still waiting for the guy to show up. Pretty much, I'm trying to get him to join live so we can talk. I want him to actually join me on Instagram live so I can see him and, talk to him. But if not, if he joins on YouTube, that's fine. All right, Waters, man, all the money spent on Forge Eternals and I get hit with white smoke. Well, Waters, you got to understand, what was done to the engine? That's a real question. Like, what actually happened to what was actually done completely to the engine? Kainu Lu, yes, I'm on Instagram live. Pretty much PincheAls _ garage. I've been looking for It's a cool build. Yeah, really, right? Yeah, I'm on Insta and on YouTube live. I've been trying to do like dual streams most of the time now. When I have the bandwidth at night, if no one else is in the house is watching and streaming videos, then I will do YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram all at the same time. It helps a lot to get more and more people to the channel and get more and more people actually just involved in general. I think the more people we get into the channel and get excited for stuff, I honestly believe that we will get, how can you say, more active participants getting involved with Q&A, getting involved with a lot of other stuff. Right, Waters? That's right. He testifies 1.8T is cheap. It is cheaper. Now, that being said, it gets cheap until you get to like 450 horsepower. Once you pass the 450 horsepower mark, the price goes from and then it goes wee up this way big time. Hey, Dakine. You know what? It's all about Dakine, bro. Dakine, plate lunches. Whoo. You know? Bro, I gotta go back to Hawaii a couple times because we actually have a house out in Hawaii with our family, and we visit there pretty often. I need to go out there. We're on the Kona side, so right, yeah. You on the big one? My wife is from Hawaii as well. She's from the Kane family, and she hold on, this stupid background light. Kane family, and she's from Oahu, so yeah, no buddy, Kai, no problem, Kai. I'll call you Kai all day. All right, fake TM. F21 T hybrid or KO4 XLB. Can't make up my mind what I want to go for in the future. Number one, I have no idea what a KO4 XLB is. Never even heard of it. Hey, what's up, Von Douche? That's my homie right there. Guy has a beautiful Mark III. You know, and that's hard to say beautiful because Mark IIIs are not the prettiest of cars. This fool's got a beautiful freaking Mark III. You know, Mark IIIs are like the redheaded stepchilds of the Mark 1 through 4 world. Mark 5, no one cares about. It's the ugliest thing on earth. Mark 6 and 7, they're okay. They just look like minivans. And for anybody who has a Mark 6 or 7, Ghost Mark 7, you should know by now, it does look like a minivan. Sorry. The retro hype. What's up, retro hype? Damn, everybody's joining on freaking Insta right now, bro. What clutch? Ooh, you know what? I just got the clutch perfectly for that type of build. What clutch do I recommend for a VR6 that's making over 500 to 600 horsepower? Easy. Yo, what's up, retro hype? Spec with the 9-pound flywheel, the billet 9-pound flywheel. Anything stage 3 and up will be the cherry. And when I mean the cherry, I mean the cherry, la charrela. Yeah, it's good stuff. I just picked up that setup. So I have yet to find another GTI with a Jetta front end swap in person. Yeah, there's a reason for that, Waters. It's not very attractive. You know, people do it just because you can do it, but it's not the prettiest looking. I mean, until it's done right. You'd be surprised how many people do it, and it's just like, yeah, no spec. Yeah. I love mine. It's cool, dude. You do you. Out here at PincheAls Garage, it's all about opinions, man. You gotta understand, opinions are like assholes, man. We all have one, and it shouldn't matter, and they all stink. You gotta understand that. We all have one, and they all stink. My opinion should not affect your own personal opinion. It's an opinion. That's it. If you love it, bro. You know, people hate mine because I got an R32 front end on a GTI. Oh, well, I love it. I enjoy it. I like it. You know, some people are just like, nah, it's not an R32. Well, if and only if you know, if you were in the UK and the Europe where they make these cars, the GTI came from the factory as an option with an R32 front bumper. The R32 front bumper was not an R32 specific bumper. It was optional on the GTI and the R32. The R32 though did have it permanent. It didn't have extra options. So that is just a little bit of knowledge there for you guys. All right, okay. So if someone hates on you, be like, hey, go check your facts. All right, because facts don't have feelings. I'll tell you that. So for fake TM, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for your response of what the heck's a KL4 XLB, because I have no idea what that is. The F21 turbo hybrid, well, it depends, you know. Okay, if you come over to my house, I'll check your boost link right now. I'll find it in like 2 minutes. They're so easy to find. Now, for the F21 turbo, if we're talking about the Franken turbo F21, in my opinion, I love that turbo. It's a great KO4 hybrid. Okay. Hey, no problem, Samantha. Thank you. Look I got rid of my hair. No more hair. But yeah. Hey, and hi, by the way, Samantha. I appreciate you dropping in and saying hi. I love it when people come by and say, what's up? You know? So we're still waiting for the guy to, his name's Drippin' something, Drippin' Crew from some car club. He needs help pretty much with his Mark IV, and I'm just waiting for him to show up. He did say he was supposed to be here around 9-ish. Now, 9 o'clock on YouTube is like a wasteland. No one ever shows up, you know. Deuces, Samantha. But, you know, Instagram's popping right now. I'm actually enjoying all these comments on Insta. Right now, people here on the boob tube ain't nobody give me the time of day. I'm sad. It's also late though. Usually, a lot of our live watchers tend to be on the other side of the pond in the UK and all that. We get a lot of people out there, and they're just waking up. So usually I get them early in the morning, and then I'll get other guys on here who finally get the notification that they're on YouTube. But we'll wait and see what happens. I mean, we can't do anything else but wait. So hopefully he shows up. Hopefully he shows up on YouTube or Instagram. I'll see what happens, you know. But while we're waiting, do you guys have any questions? Because, man, oh man, I'm telling you what, I have now, I think, so I'm going to give you guys a dollar amount of stuff that I just spent in 3 days, 3 or 4 days. Yeah, 4 days. I spent over $5,000 in 4 days for our Patreon built Jetta. So a TC? Oh, I remember you want to do a 1.8T swap in that TC. How do you feel about the G60? I don't have any feelings about the G60. I'm not a fan of a G60 engine. They're cool, but I'm not a fan. Walk me through, yo. I'd probably go visit you in Hawaii and then help you get you at least started. One thing I will tell you, is head up SMP, or another name on Instagram. It's called VW Search and Rescue. They can make you a standalone harness for like $300. So pretty much you can drop an engine in any car, wire up like 6 wires, and you can have a 1.8T running on there. Just a heads up for you, buddy. So that might help you out. And then, so back to what I was saying. Sheesh, I already forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, so we just spent like over $5,000 on this this Mark IV Jetta just on parts. Now you gotta keep in mind they've already spent like $7,000 on a 12 valve, building an engine and doing all this other stuff on it. on just the motor and all this other stuff that we dumped into it. So we're about a little over 10 grand, maybe almost 12 grand on just parts and modifications and all this other custom stuff that we've done to the car. We are now nearing completion. So if you guys are not following my YouTube or Instagram, I highly recommend you guys joining Patreon, because all this stuff that we're doing to this car is only going on my Patreon private page for these guys, because they're getting all the exclusive content. Now, not just content, you're getting a chance to win that car when it's built and done. I'm on my second year building it. Again, I'm on 2 years because of a lot of medical conditions and just situations happening. You know, life kind of sucked last year. 2022 was not the best year for PincheAls. Breaking a wrist, you know, having a heart attack. If you guys didn't know, I had a heart attack in December. It's been a shitty year, but I recovered. I'm not even fully recovered. I'm supposed to be like 6 months, but I'm recovered. I'm going on the second month and I'm already doing all this stuff. I don't even care. I feel like I'm brand new. I'm fresh, you know, ready to go. So, we already finished pretty much. The engine's already built. We got all these parts that came in. I can't specify on here. We got like at least 10 boxes of stuff that just came in for that Jetta. We're getting the car painted, partially painted, and then wrapped, right, immediately. Once the car is wrapped, the wheels are going to get powder coated. We're going to get fresh tires from Toyo. We're going to be getting fender flares. We got full custom interior. We got a roll cage being put in. We got a 3-point harness from Sparco. We're going to be putting a CoolerWorks short shifter. So if you don't know what CoolerWorks is, highly recommend Googling it and going to CoolerWorks and checking out their short shifters, because they are some premium products. Just FYI. Again, this car is going to be making roughly anywhere from 400 to 500 horsepower reliably. Okay, meaning it's going to have already a race radiator, external wheel cooler. I mean, this thing is ready for track use. We're not doing this for drag racing. We're building this car strictly for track use. So it's got a full crazy suspension. We got front and rear 28 millimeter sway bars. We got Coney adjustable coilovers. We did full polyurethane bushings. We did a billet subframe bushings. We are upgrading the transmission. I'm saving up. Hopefully, before the build is completely done, we're going to be dumping an LSD at the end. The LSD is probably the most vital portion towards the end of this build, because this is going to give us the best overall traction on the road course. Again, we're not drag racing. We're doing road course racing. We're actually going to be racing with other cars. And this car, again, we're giving away to one lucky Patreon member. Okay? As long as you are an active member on our Patreon subscription, you have one entry to win this car when we give it away. The goal is Dakine, or I already bought the lot. I'm living in it. I'm actually on the property. We bought the lot. We are on 4.5 acres now, and I think March, April, we're gonna start a fundraiser to help us build the shop. So we're trying to raise 20 grand pretty soon to help us build our garage or shop for the community. That way we can store subscribers' cars and bring subscribers to the shop and build their cars. You know, that's kind of what we want to do here. Again, this is something I've been talking for years, and I finally got the main piece of the puzzle. Now we just got to fund it and get it built for the community. Pretty straightforward. I mean, I'm excited. I am personally excited. I'm doing the best I can. I'm working my ass off at my new job to get more money. It's all working out the way I planned it, pretty much, you know, and I'm super excited for it. But thanks for asking, man. So the Patreon Jetta, is number one, orange. It's a bright ass orange car. We're gonna get it wrapped pretty much bright ass orange. I named it Bao, B-A-O. As for bright ass orange, it's gonna be Dodge white, powder coated. The wheels are gonna be powder coated Dodge white. We're gonna be doing some really fun accents on some of the wheels, and no, actually not on the wheels, on some parts of the body. We're gonna be doing a little bit of black accents because we don't want it just strictly orange. We're gonna have a little bit of accents with black in it. We want to give the car a little bit of character, not just a bright ass orange car. The interior is gonna be all black, roll cage, Recaro GLI racing seats or Recaro seats. Hey, what's up, Pinche Ray? Ray's here. We got Recaro seats in there, 3-point harness. We got a bunch of stuff for it, man. I mean, if you guys aren't a Patreon member, honestly, right now is the time to become a Patreon and just stay active, because you're going to get a chance to win a car. And not just any car, pretty much a hand-built car by me, number one, and Patreon members, okay? One of the biggest things about that we love about the Patreon side of my YouTube channel is that all of it, and I mean all of it, has been controlled by every subscriber. So you guys pretty much control the fate of this car. You guys control everything that happens to it. You guys make the decisions on the color. Okay, I didn't choose the color. You guys chose the color. They chose the color of the wheels. They chose the interior. They chose pretty much the engine. They chose the car. They chose pretty much all the other stuff that goes with the car. Everybody made that decision. I made no decisions here. It's all like a democracy, how we set it up, and it's all as a community. So it's super cool. You know, you guys get to feel like you guys are a part of it. And that's, again, how a community should be. We should all be a part of it. Now, give me a second here. I'm going to see if this guy's going to show up or not, because he's lagging. You know, I'm trying to see. How do I... No, I don't want to end this. Can I? No, I don't think I can. No. Dang. Okay, so for you guys on Instagram, give me a minute. I need to find this guy because it's already 9:20 and he said he was going to join me at 9, and I haven't seen him yet. He's supposed to be on here and he's supposed to pretty much comment because he wants help on his car, and I'm trying to help him. So give me just a minute. We'll go live again on Instagram. Now, you guys on YouTube, you guys can post comments. There's a right over here. You see this little comment wall? Post all the comments you want. Please post. We want to hear from you. If you guys have any questions, that's the point of these streams, for you guys to talk to me, and I will respond. All right, guys, Instagram, I will be back on in just a moment. So this guy's name is called Drippin. So D-R-I-P-N. If you guys are on Instagram, look him up. D-R-I-P-N. Send him a message. Tell him, hey, where you at, fool? You got to join the PincheAls live. So if you guys are on Instagram right now, hit him up and tell him to get live on here, because we need to start doing some live commentary here with him. He's like non-existent right now. So yeah, if you are on your phone right now, do it, please. D-R-I-P-N. It looks... Oh, no. D-R-I-P-N Car Club. I'm so sorry about that. Drippin' Car Club. I don't know. It's a group of people with a bunch of cars. So yeah. D-R-I-P-N Car Club. Drippin' Car Club. If you guys can find him on Instagram, send him a message. Say him, hey, PincheAls waiting for you. This ain't cool. You know, because I have him on here. I sent him a message and he's not responding. See? Right there. It says, where are you at? What's going on, Ronnie Shed? You're not late to the show yet. We just started, technically. He's got 169 posts with 2,300 followers. Here you go. Where is it? There you go. There you go. So, if he decides to join in, I mean, come on. You know? We'll join in, you know? But I'm going to go back live on Instagram. Angel said the clutch. Oh, so for the clutch, it froze. Stage 3. The stage 3 and up on spec are really good clutches. I just want to give you the heads up on that. So, if you're looking for a clutch recommendation for a car for 500 horsepower or more, spec, stage 3. I'm live again on Instagram if you guys are on Instagram. If you're on Instagram right now, hit that little, there's a little button on your side that you can join it live. Hey, Deborah Morris is on here. Hi, Debs. Bagged VRT's back. If you guys want to do a live conversation with me, hit that little button on there that tells you that lets you invite yourself to a live, and then I'll just have you join to a live conversation on Instagram. I'd love to meet you guys in person, you know, versus this just me. VR6 Kai, it's going very, very well. I can't give you any much more information unless you're a Patreon. Just FYI, the Patreon build is strictly for Patreon members. But we have another build. If you see the car right there, it's actually right there in the background for Instagrammers. There's another car, so be ready for that too. There it is, right there. If you know what that is, then you know. It's covered by that, but you know when you know. The kind. Ronnie said, hey, I sent a friend to your Patreon to get hooked up. Just starting out. I believe so. I think he already joined. I think his name's Waters. Because I just got him. He just joined. Thank you again, Ronnie, for inviting him over to Patreon. You know, they get a lot of other fun goodies, not just DIYs, but a car, and they also get a free laptop. That's right. Doesn't matter which tier you're in, you get a free laptop when you join PincheAls Garage on Patreon. Just a heads up, you know, just because I can. It's me, Justice in the flesh, and he got them cool shades. Again, anybody who wants to decline trying to join, again, if you're trying to go live on YouTube, you have to, on Instagram, you have to, there's a button for you to, oh, hold on, it turns off the camera. Hold on. There we go. I can invite you. Hold on. I think I sent you the invite. Let's see if that works. Well, thank you, Ronnie. I appreciate that you repping me up in AZ. Oh, he declined. Why are you declining, man? Oh yeah, man. That's good. See, that right there. Thank you, Ronnie. Ronnie is the GOAT, helping me out this weekend with my GTI. That's awesome. Okay? Oh, here we go. Sent a request to be in here. Go live with the kind. I already agreed to it. Let's see what happens. You know. What's up? What's up? What's up, brother?
Nice. Okay, join me all the time.
Right? All the time, man.
Yeah, how you doing?
Working, man. Trying to stay healthy. You know, eating chicken and salad every day.
Chicken and salad,
You
huh?
know, I can't have that. I can't have any of that. That kind chicken that's all at the the plate lunches and stuff. Can't do that, man. But
Oh, no.
no, too much salt. I gotta stay healthy.
VR6
Yeah,
here.
that looks pretty over there. Oh, and you got the candy canes on it.
Yeah, I get my VR6 and then another one, a blue one over there, down on the bottom. And then, bro, this TC, I really like try to do this.
You really want to build a TC, huh?
So it's so much haters because I love my Toyota too. I started with a Honda, then I went work my way to Volkswagen. I respected Volkswagens,
Yeah.
and now I stay working with Toyotas. I got a Sequoia and a 4Runner as
Those
dealers.
are different. Those are different kind of cars. The the TC, the TC's I mean, one thing about the TC, what people don't know. So you guys on YouTube listening, all right, listen in. You guys too on Instagram. The TC engine is actually a Toyota Camry engine. People don't know this. A lot of people didn't know that. They're very torquey. They're slow, but they're very torquey. Um, they're good engines, but the problem with the TC though, they're notorious for leaking oil or burning oil. All right.
Yes, yes, they are. They run pretty dark. This is the TC. Look, I already got commented that it was a transgender Corolla with Santa Monica's on it.
That's
I,
that's
I put my
that's
Santa
probably the
Monica
best
on it.
description ever.
Bro, that's what I already got commented. A transgender Corolla. I was like, oh, perfect for a Volkswagen heart inside it, you know?
Oh man. Oh man, you got me dying, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do a 1.8T swap, we can do it. It's not hard. And you can use a Mark IV transmission in them. It's not hard to bolt it on. We just gotta you gotta
Yes,
find
not
you,
hard.
what you have to do is find someone that can fabricate the motor mounts for you.
Mm.
That's the only thing. You need someone
You
to
have
make mounts.
and all?
What's up?
Polyurethane box?
Whatever.
Small
As long as it fits
polyurethane
in there, who
box?
cares? Yeah, because once you get the mounts in there, then you probably have to figure out how to get. You might have to get custom axles made because the
Yes.
axles are going to be completely different lengths too. So you're gonna have custom axles made, custom motor mounts. But once those two are done, all we got to do is modify the shift linkage. That's easy. Um, and then pretty much
Shout
the
out to the guy who did the Integra.
oh,
Shout out to that guy who
the
did
one with
the
the
Integra.
rear mounted one or the one in the front.
Yeah, the rear mounted one. That thing is dope, man. I was like, oh, you could throw a Volkswagen motor into anything.
I know, and it'll make more power.
I've seen TDIs in Hawaii with inside the old school Toyota. They would throw a TDI motor,
Yeah.
an ALA trim inside, no
Yep.
problem.
Yeah, a lot of people out here in California in the deserts, they pull the big like 5 liter like six cylinder engines or the those. They pull those to put a 4 cylinder TDI in them
Yeah,
because
that's
they make
funny.
more torque and they're more reliable.
Nice.
You know.
Right?
So yeah, I mean, what time is it over there right now? Like what, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock?
Follow. I could still be following. I could head off.
All right, man.
Thank you for the invite, bro.
No
I'll
problem.
still be watching. Awesome. You have a good night, bro.
You too, buddy. Deuces. Yeah, that's another friend from on. That's another dubber right there, from way on in the middle of nowhere in the ocean, from Hawaii. Again, PincheAls Garage has got a lot of people from around the world with the same passion. Loving cars. That's what it's all about. Waters, my friend's watching and trying to choose between a GTI and an EG hatch. Tell him to choose a GTI. Hey, for your friend watching, buy a GTI. Now, the only reason why I would take it the EG hatch, because it's cheap. It's cheap as fudgesicles to pretty much to build. It's like the cheap. It's a freaking lawnmower, for God's sakes. It's legitimately a lawnmower. All right, that revs to like 11,000 RPMs. MK4 on. It's going good, man. We're actually having a good night tonight. We got people coming in live, tuning in. We got people on on YouTube tuning in. It's good. It's a good night tonight, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for asking. I'm super. Thanks for asking. But yeah, honestly, the EG hatch is the best bang for your buck. However, once you've like put at least like $4,000 into it, it's gonna be stolen. Plain and simple. The GTI, no one wants to steal it because they're hard to steal and no one wants them. That's what makes them super awesome. And when you build a GTI just for looks in general, they look better than the EG hatch. Just telling you that. The EG hatch, number one, will sound like a tin can no matter what. They're literally made out of tin cans. They're light as F, I'll tell you that too. No matter what suspension you put them, they're bouncy as all hell because they don't weigh anything. And they're just noisy. If you've ever driven in pretty much in a Honda Civic hatchback, noisiest thing on earth, even stock, like never modified. They're just horrible, horrible daily driving cars. Oh yeah, Waters. We can do that with no problems. What's he gonna put in that? What's he gonna put in that engine? It's right in. MK4 Dawn, how about you go live for me on Instagram and we talk about it? That's also right. Shava says, if you crash at an EG, you're one of two things. You're going to die or it's just going to fold up like a tin can. Again, it's legitimately a lawnmower with wheels. That's with a cabin. It's a lawnmower with a cabin that you can drive. Okay? All right. So MK4 Don is going to join us live. Yo, yo, yo. Strides in 18. All right. If you guys are... Dude, Instagram is popping right now. Just FYI. People are wanting to join me live. Haha. Hey, what's up? What's up? MK4 Don.
How's it going?
It's going, man. Just here helping people out,
So, I have this, and I haven't figured out what's wrong with it.
Okay, I mean, I see it's a Mark IV, but what's going on?
So, it's a 180 with about 120k miles on the motor, and it's been on stage 2 for the past year with no issues. But as of recently, it happened overnight. I turned on my car in the morning, and there was a cloud of white smoke. And I'm not losing any coolant. I'm not burning that much oil like usual. And it smokes every single time when the car's warm and when I'm taking off.
Now, is it smoke or steam? Because it's two big differences.
It smokes. It smokes.
Okay.
I have some videos of the car. When you rev it, it's just straight up just a cloud of white smoke.
Okay. Now, for all you guys listening here on YouTube, hopefully you guys heard that. I'm going to turn up the sensitivity on the microphone here. Hopefully they can hear you. So, first thing is, it's on a stage 2 tune. Let me ask you this question right now. Does it have two-step?
It does.
And do you use it?
There and there, yes.
Don't lie to me.
There and there, yes. No,
Okay.
Okay.
I'll tell you this right off the bat. Before you even comment. Before you even comment. Okay?
Bad for valve steals.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
I used it. I used it a lot when I first got it. I'm not gonna lie, because obviously I
mhm.
want to show off to my buddies and because it's cool. But later down, I realized that it's probably bad for the motor.
Oh, it's way more than just bad. You probably have a blown turbo.
So the thing is, I already changed my plugs, the valve cover gasket. I swapped the turbo over to. I used turbo, but I knew that it was on a car that didn't smoke,
Mhm.
and it still didn't fix my issue.
Oh, then yeah, the pretty much the head's effed.
The head sucked. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You probably have stem seals that are failing.
Uh huh.
So you're getting like fluid and oil into the engine pretty much as it when it sits. That's probably the most common when it's sitting. You get the most smoke coming into it.
Correct. Because when the car sits at idle and when it's warm for like longer than 20 seconds, and when I take off, the car behind me gets what just smoked out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's,
Have you replaced the O2 sensor by chance?
I have not.
I would probably do that first before I do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
I would do that. First is to swap out the O2 sensor, the wideband one, so the one before the cat. I would do that one first and see if that stops it or calms it down. If it doesn't do either, then yeah, the head's pretty much effed. And this is a lesson learned for everybody on YouTube and Instagram. Two-step is stupid. You know, it sounds cool, but you learn the hard way.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I'm not
So
calling you out, all right, Don. I'm just saying, I'm generalizing this, all right?
you're good, yeah. Because I just did my timing and water pump like 1,000 miles ago, and everything was fine. And
Yeah.
then one night when it was raining and driving, um, just I texted you about this before, like a month ago, that I turned it on in the morning and it was making that rattling sound.
Mm-hmm.
You might remember that.
Yeah, it's been a
So
while, but yes.
it wasn't anything that you said. It ended up being the accessory belt tensioner actually knocking.
Oh, it's good. That's something simple.
Yeah, so that was good, and the car was fine. And then that same night that I fixed it, I took it for a spin around the block. Everything was fine. Parked it, and then the next morning when I turned it on, it was just smoking.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you again, it's one thing from one thing to another. It's gonna get just you're gonna notice things get gradually worse and worse and worse. You're lucky that it's only that, you know, and
Yeah.
nothing anything else more severe. Um, if you want to like calm it down, put some thicker oil in it. It should calm it down a little bit. Um,
I have some 530 liquid moly, but probably gonna have to go up to 1040 or something.
yeah, a little bit thicker oil might help. Ronnie, it could be water, but the issue is that he's not losing coolant. He's not losing oil. He's not burning because if it was oil, it'd be like black smoke. But you're getting like kind of like a white smoke, right?
It's white smoke and
So
it's really thick smoke. Yeah.
is it stinky? Does it smell like does it stink? Not like a not like a smoke smell, but
Yes.
like a stinky smell.
Oh yeah, it stinks.
Yeah. So that happens for two reasons. You either have you have this is another reason why that might happen. So you might have fuel injectors that failed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's running too lean, so you're smoking like crazy. Um, and that happens mostly when you're at idle.
Yeah.
So more than likely,
I know whenever I rev it.
yeah. So more than likely, it might be injectors failing, or the you're not holding like full compression and you're just burning. You're smoking out raw. You're dumping raw fuel and it's burning on the way out.
Yeah, because I have an AM wideband in my car to show me AFRs and everything, and I mean it's always ran rich, but lately whenever I'm floored or something on the freeway, let's say, it just goes to 10 out flat and just holds it there.
Yeah. So it's running pretty lean.
Mhm.
So yeah, that might be injectors. Injectors, I would probably check. Like I said, you're not getting proper compression
Okay.
when the car's like pretty much detonating, and you're dumping raw fuel on the exhaust because it's not completely burning, and that happens
Gotcha.
when pretty much you got seals that are failing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Thank you.
That's what we're here for.
Okay.
We're here to answer these questions, you know?
Let me show you something real quick.
Ah, what are you going to show me?
It's my first car. I've had it for almost 3 years. Still owe it till this day. So when I got the car, it was red. The whole interior was tan, and I've done everything over to as much as I could so far.
Nice. You did a full, like, all the GLI stuff?
So the GTI doorstep stickers or whatever, I actually found them at the junkyard.
Nice.
Up at 337. I have Mark V rubber floor mats, and then I have GLI Recaros in the front, and then 20s anniversary seats in the back, the black headliner, and then the shift knob, the aluminum trim from a 20th Mark VI wheel.
God damn, this thing's like it's like it's like a Mark IV orgy, huh?
Yep, every generation. And then I have the ABD Racing white face cluster.
Oh, nice. Those are dope.
Yeah, I have that, and then it's on some ABD wheels as well.
Those are old school. Jeez.
Yep, 18s by 8.5. And then I have the hella greens on it right now, but I have the red clear reds as well. And then I just did the emblem delete. The car's sanded down, and I'm getting it ready for paint.
Nice. Yeah, I can tell. I can tell. It's like all down.
And then I did 20th anniversary brakes in the front and the back as well with stock tech rotors and EBC pads.
Good night, Ronnie. You have a good night, buddy.
Good night, Ronnie. And then I did ECS tuning braided lines in the front.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually found an OEM R32 bumper at the junkyard.
Nice, dude. Where do you live?
I'm out in the valley. I'm in LA.
Oh, yeah. Man, you're lucky. Yeah, the junkyards out there are like premium.
Oh yeah, premium, but you pay a premium price.
Yeah, you do. You definitely do.
I got the R32 bumper for a whopping $70.
You know it's $1,000 bumper, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Bumper.
I'm just saying.
I've had people text me to like offer me to trade for a 337 bumper with the valence and everything with cash on top, and I was like, I could, but if I get rid of it, I'm never gonna get another one, you know.
Not another factory one, no. You could just be like me and just have a fiberglass one.
Yeah.
Be on that budget life.
Yep.
For Waters, hold on, man. Hold on. Give me just a second. For Waters, I just saw he's going to get a B16Y8. Bro, don't even worry how slow that car is going to be, by the way. A B16? Oh, man. It's just pretty much a B16 is what a D16 is, which is with the second cam on it. Ain't nothing special. This thing do like 120 horsepower. Ah, shit. Unless he's building that B16 with boost, don't worry about your competition, Mr. Waters. All right, don't worry about it at all.
Yep. All right then, PincheAls.
All right, buddy.
Thank you for all the stuff.
Yeah, man, no worries. Hopefully you can figure out your situation and you get it taken care of.
Yep, I'll let you know if anything.
Yeah,
Thank you, man.
not a problem. Have a good night, man.
Bye-bye.
All right, Waters, come on. Get on Instagram. Just join the live, buddy. Let's do it. I'm super down. I mean, the other guy gave up. So, what's your name on Instagram, Waters? There he is. Yo, dude, Instagram is popping right now, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's legit. There he is. Ah, there's the water boy.
Here's the, he's gone. Here's the B16 guy right here.
That looks like your girlfriend.
No, he's not a girl, Jet. No, he said that he'll never own a Volkswagen in his life, but like a couple minutes ago, he was just looking at Volkswagens for sales. And then he's like, no, here, I'm gonna show you the clapped out GTI.
Yeah, we like them clapped out GTIs.
Here we go. You're about to see this.
Did he hear my comment? Did he hear my comment about the B16?
Yeah, and then he said, get this man off my damn TV.
That's exactly. You gotta ask. You have to remind him that I actually, before I got to VWs, I actually was a big Honda builder back in the late '90s, and I was actually one of the first. Well, not one of the first, but part of the group of first B16 turbos, H22 turbos, D16 and F22 turbo built cars. You know.
That's like badass. Let's see.
Man, you guys in this no light situation. It's so dark in here.
I have full intro. You want to see how long it takes to start? You ready for this?
Let's go.
Oh, you're about to for a treat. It's gonna be like 8 cranks. Watch.
So, one thing, hard starts, okay? Mark IVs with hard starts like that. 9 out of 10 times, it's the crank sensor. Just heads up.
Yeah. Here's that ugly ass Jetta front end swap that you don't like.
No, I never said ugly ass. I just don't like them.
I'm trying to find a flashlight so I can show you what it looks like. I don't have a hood either. But I have a fully gutted interior. It doesn't look beautiful at all. I have a 4-point harness on both front seats. Like I said, I have the 2.0 trans.
Why do you have a 2.0 trans?
It's great. It works fine.
That's geared. That's geared so bad.
You can't see it. My intake is held on by a bungee cord to hold it back. Just beautifulness, you know.
Yeah, I got no light, man. There's no light. I can't see anything.
No, I need to go find a light. We got this too.
Oh, that thing's beautiful. What is that? What is that?
Find a light. Hey, Chad, do you have a light? Oh, my. Let me go find a light. Let's see.
Ooh, you got bikes? Dang.
Right, it's Dad's bike.
Oh.
I actually that was an R1, but that's in Scottsdale. It's carbureted too.
Nice.
Yeah. Flashlight. Where? Where? Let me know if you see a flashlight. Oh, swear. And it's dead.
See, this is what happens when you come unprepared to do a live, to join live.
I'll find. Trust me. Does this have a light on it? Impact has a light. It'll work.
Oh man. VW, my 1986 B2. B2 Passat? You have a 1986 B2 Passat? Okay. I need to see that if you have one. Oh man.
Let's see if it works. Let's see if you can see it with the There we go.
Oh man, look at that Mark IV. How old are you?
I just hit 17.
Yeah, that looks like a Mark IV owned by a 17-year-old. No hate, man. It's just this is what I see when you young guys build cars.
It's off the catch cannon. It's beautiful.
Hey, it works. I can't lie about that.
Look at this. Wait, you're about to see something even better. Shell tab.
Dang.
Done, it's tab.
Dang. Yeah. You definitely are 17, man. Not gonna lie.
You're
Dang. Bro, I think we need to we need to do a GoFundMe for this guy.
Yeah, please help me him. She's my
Junkyard horror, I love it. Oh man,
yes.
that is awesome.
This thing was a roller out of a junkyard. So it's technically a GLI
Okay,
on the title.
for you guys on YouTube and Instagram, you guys, oh my God, is that spray painted?
Beautiful. No, look at no exhaust tip. It's great. Nope.
Oh, I can't breathe.
Handle on your passenger side, that's, hold up, wait, I'm not done yet.
I need a way to
I got
stream
no
this.
door handle on your side.
This has to be streamed because this Mark IV. Oh my God. Oh.
Hey, but it runs and drives fine. It runs and drives great.
Well, yeah, because it's a Mark IV. It's a 1.8T. It should run forever.
Yeah. Ugh.
It's a 1.8T with a 2.0 trans.
Beautiful.
This guy's probably shifting every 10 miles an hour.
No, that's not true. Look at that, it's beautiful. Yeah, you can't forget about this. You can't forget about this. The best part. Right to the floor.
Dang.
Oh, you can't forget about this double of mess either. Oh, this is the icing on top. It's beautiful, right? Look at it. The hazards work too.
I don't know if you guys ever seen my Outlander. Have you seen my Outlander?
I've not.
Okay, go on my YouTube channel and look up the playlist Mark MK4 Outlander. That car has absolutely no interior, and it looks better than your interior.
Look at it. My lights are beautiful too. It's a Christmas tree.
Full. That's a feature. That's a Mark IV. That's normal.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna hate on that.
But yeah, here's my beautiful, one of a kind, never seen again. Okay, I didn't even show you the best part about it. Hold on. If you look over here, we still have electric windows. Look at now, that's a plus. And my electric mirrors work. Out of all the happiness of this car, it still runs and drives smooth.
I got no argument with you. Again, it's a 1.8T. I can see why it still runs, barely, but it runs.
Yeah, it's just
But
beautiful.
but the hard start again, like you were talking about, did crank it multiple times. Swap it out for a brand new crank position sensor that's not from AutoZone.
So, specifically from AutoZone, correct?
No, don't buy a Chinesium crank position sensor. Go buy yourself an OEM or at least a German one.
Yeah, I try to talk to like a bunch of car groups here, or car training groups, different German places out in Arizona, and every single one of them said they don't touch 1.8Ts. Made me kind of sad.
Well, a lot of people won't touch a VW. Period. Let's just be honest, because they're afraid of them.
My mom owned a Passat and a Jetta for like 8 years. The amount of problems that thing had, I just understand.
I could believe a Passat all day. If you say Passat to me, I was like, yep, probably was leaking oil, coolant.
Yeah. Had a little bit of everything.
Yep, like the rear tail light stuff, gremlins, normal. Those are features, man. Those are features.
But yeah, there's that beautiful, whatever you want to call it, the GLI, GTI, Jetta.
It's a JTI is what we call them.
GTI?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, don't touch the vacuum hoses. Yeah, do not. Strides in 18. You never touch vacuum hoses if you don't need to, or coolant hoses. Just don't touch them. They will disintegrate or crack.
You remember the issue that I was having with it now?
Uh-huh.
It's so, like I told you, runs or drives fine. No problem building boost. No problem with any like lag or anything. There's
Mm-hmm.
runs there's no power loss or anything. But sometimes, like just randomly, if I'm shifting from like first to second or second even to third, it shoots a little puff of smoke, but it's so little that you can't notice unless you're like primarily looking for it. Like how I was like looking out my mirror just trying to look and see it while I was driving. And like if I'm on the freeway and everything, and I'm in like fifth gear, there's no smell, there's no smoke, there's no nothing. When I slow down, there's no smoke. When I idle, there's no smoke. It's only sometimes when I'm shifting from like first to second or second to third. There's just a tiny.
Yeah, so more likely because when you're on low gear, especially on that car with that transmission, your gears are so low.
Yeah.
It's revving the fuck out of it. Like you're revving so fast. Like,
Well, I usually try before $4,000. I try to shift to like three. Like I don't try to like just.
no, it's not really about when you shift. It's because okay, so your gear ratio is making your engine accelerate too fast, based on the ratio that you're on. So, because of that, you're spooling too quick. The car is trying to catch up to that. It's gear. The engine is geared for a very specific gear set that's on a 1.8T. So, when you swap it out to something with way lower gears, it's gonna freak out a bit. You know, it's gonna have some weird issues, especially like more than likely from first to second. It's just like and then you're going. You know,
Just take off.
yeah. The gears are so low on 2.0 trans. It's impressive. Number one, I'm impressed that it hasn't broken on you, because the 2.0 transmissions are very weak. So
I drove like straight like 4 hours somewhere, 4 hours back the same day, no problems. I drove 8 hours total up a hill, down hills, up like huge steep incline, did completely fine. Like I said, there's no leaks anywhere, like no leaks that I can see. Obviously, there's nothing dripping on the ground. Coolant levels are fine. I just did an oil change tonight, just because I just thought I'd do it, because I was gonna do for it.
gotcha.
And then I did that, and then let it run for like 20 minutes. Just let it run. Just didn't drive or anything. Just let it run. There was no leaks anywhere. There's no coolant leaks. There's no smells coming from the engine. And I don't smoke at idle or anything.
Yeah, it could be like a vacuum leak somewhere.
Yeah, that's like you said.
A vacuum leak. It could be a seal failing. I mean, it could be a minor failure that it's just eventually it's going to blow up eventually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, because anything that's small eventually will is. So what happens is that when you start having problems, they go to the path of least resistance. Once they start finding other weird issues, they start to a snowball effect. So usually what I recommend is, just do all your general maintenance. On the injectors, there's these little O-rings I recommend buying. Pull out the injectors, clean the injector cups, and put new O-rings in them. There's like $3 worth of O-rings. Swap those out. They're really good just to do because it's a really common place for boost leaks, is the injectors. And since it's after the intake it's after the throttle body. It's like it's a weird how can I explain? You might get a vacuum leak, but you mostly have a boost leak. If that makes more sense. Because if you look around the injector cups, it should be shiny. They should be all covered in oil and like they're shiny because they leak.
Yeah. Because what I was planning on doing is, like you said, my manifold might be cracked.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the case, then I'm just gonna order a new one and get it like.
What turbo's on that?
It's the Garrett GTX. It's 3071.
Can you go back out there and show me that? Because I don't think that's a Garrett turbo that's in there.
I don't know if it was or not, because I remember we swapped it out, because my buddy who I actually got the car from lived in Montana, and when I was there with him in Montana before I went and bought it, he originally had a Garrett on it, and he said he kept the Garrett on it, but I just didn't really look at it before I bought it. I kind of just trusted him. But if it isn't a Garrett, then I don't have a problem with it, because I know where the Garrett is in the shop down here in Tucson.
So I still have access to that if the turbo's blown. So I can check.
Because the way that the piping is on that on that in the intercooler piping on that, that looks like you have a stock turbo in there.
That's exactly because the other day when I was at Big O to my buddy's GTI, we were looking at it. We said the same thing, and I probably think it is, and I'm not even really stressed about it because if my buddy lies to me, I don't have a problem with it because I could get that Garrett because it is in the shop. So if you look, here we go. Yeah. And
Yeah, that's a KO3S. That's a stock turbo.
so
So you see that little lip that's right there? This is the easiest way you can tell about that. That little lip, that's the muffler. That only came on the KO3S. So that's a stock turbo, dude. And that manifold that's on that car, it's not going to work with anything that you buy aftermarket, just so you know.
okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm not really familiar with like GTIs and all that. That's why I'm like set it up trying to
Yeah.
I'm more of a, I love 3 Miatas and I like 1.8, 1.6.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of my, and then I was kind of like, I want to get a GTI. I want to get a Volkswagen. And then I did it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So now yeah. I'm not stressed about it at all. Because like I said, the guy who they bought it from, he has another turbo that's in Tucson. I don't know if you're familiar with Tucson or familiar with Arizona.
Yeah, I used to live out there.
So, realistically, get it. But like, yeah, because when we were looking at it the other day, like I said, when I was at what's it called, Big O with my buddies, he has a GTI too, and I didn't really look at it when I bought it. I kind of just bought it because I knew the guy, and I was trading him a lot of car anyways, so I really didn't care. And yeah.
Yeah, hold on.
They're so white. I'm gonna go pull out the big old GR turbo.
This is a Garrett turbo. This is a big turbo.
That is a big turbo. That is a big old GR.
Yeah.
Is that the one you blew, or?
Yeah, this is the one I just blew. I blew this like a couple months ago.
And how do you do that? How'd that
Two-step.
Seems legit.
Yep. That's why I already disabled my two-step completely on that car, so it's no longer on there. But yeah, this blew.
What you're saying is, take off two-step ASAP.
Yeah, I would never do a two-step, not anymore. And you see right here, right here, there's a bunch of oil right here. You can see it.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
it blew the seals on the inside of here, and pretty much destroyed the turbo from the inside. Started smoking like crazy, spewing oil out of it. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of that. That's the end of $1,000 right there.
Yeah, but it'll close out, right?
I wanted to.
Buff out of your pocket. That's what'll happen.
Yeah.
It'll take the money out of your pocket.
No, that turbo just sat in that car sat. NA is different, the kind, but it's still the same problem. You can end up pretty much two-step is pretty much an explosion inside your exhaust. If the explosion and the pressure that you generate inside the exhaust goes too far back into your head or pretty much into your manifold, it can have a reverse effect and pressurize your chambers and explode inside of the pretty much the head and all that. It won't blow up anything, but what it does is that it creates a lot of pressure and pretty much can cause seals to pop out. And then pretty much you got to rebuild the head by swapping out seals and all this stuff. And then you're pretty much, you spend all this money for just to make noises. That's all you're doing. It has no performance gains in any way, shape, or form. It's just to make noise.
Don't want to shoot flames and
No. There's better ways. There's better ways to shoot flames without creating two-step. And the way that you do that is you actually build a high-performance car or high-performance engine, and pretty much it's shooting flames. It's not backfiring. It's shooting flames because the amount of fuel that's going into the system, what's coming out is just pure heat. You're not shooting flames because you're two-stepping. It's because you're making that much heat, and that's what you're seeing coming out of the back of the car.
Yeah.
So that's better.
I was gonna ask you is why were like it's just a random question. You've probably been asked this like plenty of times, but why do you like help out so many people?
Because I can.
Like I've seriously like I've known about you for like a little while, and I've watched some of your videos and stuff. I've watched a lot, but Ronnie told me about it a little while back, and I watched it, but I didn't like. Actually, some guy named Mark actually told me about it, and I met Ronnie through Mark. So I met Mark at a jump when I was there, and he like stopped me, and he was like, "Hey, I like the GTI, whatever." And he got me in touch with Ronnie. So then, yeah, I was talking to Ronnie, and he was like, "Yeah, you subscribe to his Patreon." I was like, "Okay, cool." So I subscribed to the Patreon, and then you told me about the laptop thing, and I didn't even know about that.
Again, I usually what I do with the Patreon laptops is I do them in like chunks. Cause it's a lot of work for me to do because I have to sit here, I have to set them up, wipe them, reload them, set them up, and all the stuff I have to do to it before it even leaves here. So I usually do them in batches, but lately I'm a little bit behind because I don't know if you watched, but I actually had a heart attack in December. So I was, I'm actually, that happened in December. I'm still actually in recovery, but PincheAls ain't got no time to wait, man. So I'm here to help people. When people ask me, why do I do this? What do I get out of it? There's nothing I get out of it. It's just pure satisfaction. There's no, what's this? There's no, what's the best way to say this? There's no end game. There's no end game. There's no gain. My gain is that you learn something. If you really legitimately want to build your car, okay? If you legitimately want to do this and you want to learn and be open-minded, okay? Understand that. Be open-minded and be able to be criticized and taught correctly. I will walk you and guide you through every step of the way, teach you every single tool you'll ever need for that car, teach you every single bit of information you'll ever need to know about a 1.8T. That's what I personally build. I build 1.8Ts, and I build them to either stock all the way up to freaking balls of the walls horsepower. It's your choice. The thing is, you have to come and understand that you have to have an open mind. If you don't come in here, okay, and your cup is full, if you think you have all this knowledge and your cup is full, and I can't teach you anything, understand? If you won't accept anything and just your cup just overfills with, I know what I'm doing. Please don't bother me. Please don't, ask me this, because one of my biggest irritations in life is where someone's asking a question. I give them the answer and they don't take it and they go somewhere else. You have to understand, I build hundreds of Mark IVs. If you want to learn about a Mark IV, I will teach you about a Mark IV in and out all day. I do not charge for anything that I do. All my engine builds are free, just so you know that. I build engines for free. Okay? All you have to do is bring me, number one, the parts and just a little bit of cash so I can go pay my machine shop, and that's it. Everything else, I will balance, I will calibrate everything, mic everything, make sure your engine is perfectly built for you at no cost. You just pay for parts and machine shop work. That's it. And people will say, oh, why do you do this? Why do you do this? Because I can. No strings attached. That's right, Joe, man. And I always tell this to people because there is no strings attached. There's nothing here. I do it live. This is one thing one thing I do tell people. It gets done. It gets filmed. It gets done live, and it gets taken care of. And the reason why we do this is because we need to learn. We need to spread the knowledge about this. Okay, knowledge is power, man. And if I give you a fact and you contradict my fact with your own fact, then there's no way I can teach you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Not willing to have new knowledge.
Just again, I engines. one thing I tell people about engines in general, engines are all the same. Okay? 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, 8-cylinder, 12, they're all the same. Nothing, they do all the same exact thing. They do suck, squeeze, bang, boom. Four-stroke cycle. They all do the same thing. What makes them different and unique to each other is how they do it, in what specific order they do it in. Okay? That's the only thing that makes them different from any other engine. As long as you put that in your perspective and mind, every single car is the same. What makes them different is how they do it. You know? And that's pretty much how I went to school. You know, I went to automotive school. I got my ASC certifications. I used to be an ASC master technician, but I'm not up to date with the next certs. So it's one of those things that if you don't keep yourself up to date, and you got to keep in mind, ASC doesn't mean that you know all about cars. It means that you have general knowledge about cars and their functionality. That's what an ASC technician is. Because again, that's why every manufacturer has their own schools for their cars. They have all their own things. Because again, they're a little different. Javier, hey man, would you give me a chance to fix my 24 valve? You know, gotta get in line, buddy. I already got 7 engines I gotta build this year, and that's just for the year. You know, that I'm building for people. Again, and one thing I tell people is that all my engine builds are at my pace and my time. Okay, so depending on my project and what's going on this week or what month, I might not touch it, but it'll get done. I promise you that. The engine will get done. It's just at my pace. That's it. So, Javier, if you're willing to wait a little bit, we might be able to cram you in later. Now, for you, Waters, if you get yourself a second car or a car that you don't mind, you know, putting around, we're building a shop here on my property. Okay?
Where are you?
I'm in San Diego. So you're not that far from me.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I go to Idlewild a lot because my uncle lives in Idlewild.
Oh, it's a beautiful place. Beautiful place.
Yeah.
Especially in the winter, it's really nice.
Yeah.
But if you're willing to get a second car and just use that as your daily, you can always bring your car here, drop it off, and I'll build it.
Okay.
And I'll film the whole project from beginning to end. We'll fix all your self-tapping screws. We'll fix the fenders. We'll get you some skirts, some bumpers. We'll get you all taken care of.
I ordered the bands for that tonight, actually. I went and ordered the bands so I could take the self-tappers out and put the bumper back on. Do it, actually. So you got self-tapping on, you know.
You got rubber bands for the bumper.
Yeah, pretty much. You know the bands, like the bands.
The JDM bands.
JDM bands, yeah, that's what I got. It looks better than the self-tap screws. Come on, you can't diss me for that.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
The screws that are just drilled into it.
You know what you can do to fix that? Go to the junkyard, okay? Go get the stupid guides that are like bolted on with two T25 bolts. Swap those over. Double check if the bumper still has the guides on the inside of it, okay? And just slide it on. It'll lock itself in place. Once you do that, okay, hold on, let me finish. Once you do that, go back to the junkyard. Go get half the fender liner. Because you don't need the whole fender liner. You just need from the top of the fender, like with the top of the wheel, the fender well, you need only this piece all the way down to the front. You put the screws where they belong, the T25s. There's, I believe, 3 or 4 of them. You put them on there. It will attach, miraculously, it will attach the bumper to the car. And then the bumper will be lined up to the fender. And you won't have to worry about self-taps or JDM rubber bands. And it'll look great.
Yeah, it'll look normal. It'll look like how it's supposed to.
Exactly. And then, and what's cool is that if you're smart, go buy a duffel bag, okay, and rip the bottom pocket out. Just rip it out, and you stuff those things underneath the bag, the duffel bag, and you can walk out with that for free.
Oh my
Mm-mm.
And there, I took it off and I took the skirts and everything, just pocketed it. Went, I came back, and then I sold it to my buddy for $20. It's quick profits. But it was it was a stock Jetta that was like a 2000 like 8, and it was the automatic, and it was like the ugliest car ever, like uglier than mine. That's pretty ugly, and it had a quick release on it.
Again,
That was the only thing.
the only reason why it probably has a quick release because he's probably 17 years old like you, and thought a quick release would be the coolest thing ever.
At least I have my stock steering wheel. Okay, at least I have the normal steering wheel. You can talk as much crap as you want about it, but it runs, it drives, and I bought it myself.
Again, I have nothing against that. You can say that all day. I agree with you, 100%. Agree. But remember, I'm allowed to have an opinion, and holy smokes. Again,
For the price I got that thing for, yeah, I can't really complain about it. I have 2 other vehicles, so that one isn't like my daily. I just drive it a lot because I like it. But if that took a total crap on me, I have 2 other vehicles I could drive. So it's not like my stress about it. I'm not stressed about it. It stresses me out because I like it so much.
again, not arguing with you. Again, it's your cup of tea or cup of joe. It's yours. That's what's cool about our world. We're allowed to be individuals. We're allowed to be unique and original. That's dope. That you love it and you enjoy it. But I don't.
I'm definitely getting new. I don't know what rims I'm getting, but those rims are going goodbye. They're ugly. They're painted with They literally, the guy who I knew, like I knew him. He literally spray painted. He even spray painted wait, hold on, let me think real quick. The lug nuts. He spray painted the lug nuts and the valve stem.
Oh, so you just painted you painted the wheel on the car.
Yeah, pretty much. He didn't get the tires. He didn't put anything on the tires.
He probably covered it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And then another thing is that green color is the most ugliest, hideous, disgusting green that's ever. It literally looks like it's just plastic dipped the whole entire car. It looks disgusting.
You know what?
But
it runs. It drives.
It's made a point A to point B. It has a turbo. What can I can't do it. It's a Volkswagen too. It's an over-engineered German car. What can I not complain about it?
Moldy. I'm gonna use that duffel bag trick, bro. I need to find my duffel bag. I found this duffel bag in a trash, and then I saw the because the duffel bags are big and they have a liner, but the pocket on the side, I literally just punched the pocket out, and I was able to put everything underneath the liner of the duffel bag. So it gave me literally a gigantic storage compartment for free parts. So when I go to the junkyard, I bring like sandwich bags and stuff. If I'm taking like little parts, so I put them in the bags and I lay them flat in there so they don't rock around in the bag. So I remember the last time I went to there, I took like 2 throttle bodies, like 4 or 5 mirrors, like the actual glass mirrors. I got like a bunch of fuses and all this stuff and bolts. I went in for $3. I'm all like, I just walked out with like $200 worth of stuff.
It's like just for entry, and I think the only thing I was gonna pay for was I took off a hood, last weekend, and I was gonna buy it. It was $70. It was black, it had no dents, had no scratches. It was beautiful. And as I was looking in engine bay because we were trying to find this I forgot what it was. It was this what was it called? It was a tray or like I forgot what it called. It was for my buddy's GTI. And then he kept unbolting the hood. They went to the last bolt, and then it just dropped on my head and smacked me super hard.
Oh.
So then I said, "This is a bad luck hood. I'm not buying it." And then I walked out.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that one.
It fell on my head. I don't want to buy it at all. Oh shoot! I have people. McLean, the guy who just joined, that's one of my buddies. He has a 2013 FRS that's boosted.
Oh, nice. An actual boosted FRS. That's actually impressive. I'm actually impressed with that. Because those things stock are slow as AF. Like Oh my god.
I'm actually trying to convince him to also get a GTI. I've been trying to convince everyone to
Nah,
get a GTI.
if he has a boost, if it's actual legitimate boosted FRS,
Yeah.
why? That's actually a good car now. It was lame before, but if he boosted it and he did it right, it's actually a good car.
Yeah, actually, it's actually really nice.
Yeah.
But he paid like 23 grand for it or something.
Well, yeah, it's still a newer car. It's not like an old car. Your Mark IV is 20 plus years old, bro.
Actually, just hit 20 years old.
Yeah.
Just
Is it so? Is it 2005, 2004?
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a 20-year-old car. In comparison to his what, 3-year-old car, maybe 4?
His is like, it's like 8 years, or, no, wait, his is 10 years old, because it's 2013.
Okay. Okay.
That's 10 years, so it's halfway there. It's halfway there.
Yeah. Still though, that when those cars came out, they were cute. They were cute little
Yeah.
2-door cars. You
All
know.
the rest of the 8 all look alike. They're all the same exact thing.
Yep.
Just Toyota Scion and Subaru.
Yep. That's exactly right.
Terrible slow cars, unless they're boosted. But if they're not in their stock, they're terrible.
Terrible. They're noisy. They sound like crap when they're stock.
Yeah.
I've never heard an actual FRS that sounded good. Just saying that right
That's what
now.
like when you're just cruising, it has like a deep tone. It's not like high to some of them.
If it's boosted, then yes, because what happens is that
Yeah.
you're putting all 4 ports of the exhaust into one hole, so it sounds
Yeah.
completely different. A standard FRS with a standard exhaust, you have 2 pipes coming over and going in. They sound goofy as hell. They don't sound right. And again, that's just a normal Subaru, pretty much a pancake motor, aka the Boxer engine. I mean, they're all right. I mean, they're cool. They're cool, but you know, have fun. You know, have fun like swapping out. You know, spun rods. What is it? The spun rods that fail on those things all the time. The seals, pretty much the casing, the case seals leak all the time.
Can't forget
And
about that good rear main seal leak.
rear main seal is just like it's a feature, you know.
Yep, he just had one. It started like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's a feature of the car. It's like normal for it to leak, you know. You just
Well, it's 1.8 burns oil. It's just a part of it.
it's a feature. Yeah, it's a feature. We call them features, you know.
But I do have a quick question for you too.
Go for it, man.
What turbo do you recommend? Like, what kit do you recommend upgrading to? If I can't get everything else from what the guy has at that shop.
Well, first, anything I would do to that car right now, and I mean anything. How many miles on it?
It has like 78K on motor and 128 on body.
That motor does not look like 78,000 miles, bro. I'm just telling you that right now. That probably has that thing. It's probably the other way around. That thing probably has like 150,000 miles on it, and like 70,000 miles on the body.
Odometer reached 128K. So
I could probably guarantee you that engine needs a rebuild.
yeah.
Anything. Okay, so the way it works on these cars, okay, 1.8Ts. So for you guys on YouTube watching as well, on 1.8Ts in general, the weakest point on the engine are the rods. The rods max out at 300 pounds of torque, not horsepower. Understand, horsepower does not matter. Okay, what destroys engines is torque. Torque is the force of movement up and down. Horsepower is the speed of the rotation. Okay, so that's the difference between those two things right there. We're gonna just tell you that right off the bat. Okay, that's why Hondas are fast when they hit like 1,000,000 RPMs, because they're using all the horsepower they can. They don't have fucking torque. There's no torque. They don't even know what torque is. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's like the big difference between like the Honda and like the Volkswagen world. VWs are the opposite. We make more torque than we do horsepower. Okay, so that's the beauty of turbos. Forced induction engines make way more torque than they do horsepower on average. It depends on the engine, but that's what we're looking at. Okay, so now, that being said, if you're not going to go any bigger than a KO4, okay, if you're just going to stick with like bolt-on turbo, then just do a basic rebuild. In other words, just rods, bearings, and piston rings, and just do a refresh on the head. That'll put you about $1,200-$1,400 on parts and labor. That's cheap. Okay? And that'll be perfect for you to drive a KO4 with like 18, 20 pounds of boost. You'll be making about 240, maybe 260 horsepower tops. Okay? Now, if we go outside of that, okay, when we go to actual big turbo territory, okay? Big turbo meaning what I showed you earlier, okay?
Yes.
Something that's an actual, like, 20 to 30 millimeter size turbine, which is considered a big turbo. Now, when you slap a turbo that big on a little tiny 4-cylinder, your horsepower, your torque goes from to this.
Yeah.
That's going to destroy your engine in a heartbeat. Now, what we do to fix that is that we swap out the rods. That's it. But if we're going to pull rods out, you have to pull the pistons out. You got to take the head apart. You got to do all this. So if you're going to do all of that work, you might as well dump all the money and do a head build, refresh the lifters. If you're not going to go past 400 horsepower, you don't need to replace springs or retainers. You just do valves. You do new lifters, and you just get the head decked and do the general maintenance, and then build the block with rods. You can use stock pistons. Stock pistons are good to 500 horsepower, by the way. Okay? Those are forged pistons from the factory. So those things can take a beating. So you can go do pretty much 400 ponies with everything on there and have one hell of a time on that car. What people don't understand is when you build an engine for that, you got to build the fueling system for that. You got to build a suspension for that. You got to build a brake system for that. You have to build safety equipment for that. It's kind of like the snowball, like I told you before. There's a whole bunch of things that have to be upgraded along the way. And the reason for this is the number one reason is your safety. Believe it or not, the brakes on that car are phenomenal. But once you go past like 240, 260 horsepower, going 0 to 60 in like 4 or 5 seconds, you'd be surprised how hard it is to brake with those factory brakes really quick. It is scary. I'll tell you that right off the bat. Fueling, you can stick with stock the fuel system all the way up to about 260 horses, and then you have fuel starvation. Fuel starvation is because the fuel pump cannot supply the demand that the injectors require. Okay, and that happens because you're trying to push as much fuel as possible, and this little tiny pump is, I'll do what I can. That's pretty much it. So we have to upgrade the fuel pump. You have to obviously upgrade your fuel injectors, probably your fuel rail. That's just to get you started. If you're watching, pretty much watch my VR6 build, you can see everything that we've done to it already. I still have, since you're a Patreon now you're going to see all the other cool stuff that we have. I'm actually uploading a video later tonight, so there'll be a new video on the channel later tonight for the unboxing of all the stuff that just came in today. So again, everything coincides with each other. So now that you have all this stuff done, there's one more thing I didn't mention, because a lot of people never, and I mean never, upgrade it. What do you think it is?
What does it start with?
No. I already mentioned fueling. I mentioned obviously the internals, the head. I didn't mention transmission because I don't want to talk about transmission's a whole other can of worms.
Are you gonna bring up like cooling?
There you go. Good man. Cooling. Because we talk about cooling is vital because whenever you increase horsepower, you increase heat. And when you increase heat, you increase the oil temperature, you increase coolant temperatures. Now we have to figure out how to drop those temperatures efficiently and properly. So now I'm just buying rods to make power turns into, holy crap, I need an extra like 7K.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't realize. Because most people will just drop in rods and just slap in a turbo and call it a day. It will work. I promise you it will work. But not for very long. And that's my favorite part, because when people say that and they blame the car, they're like, oh, stupid Volkswagen. You know, these things are garbage and everything. 9 out of 10 times, they just blame the car and they won't blame themselves for listening.
Yeah, like when I turned up that boost, when I did it, that was my fault. Because I had a bunch of buddies say, oh, it could have been this, and that. Like, it could have been because it's a Volkswagen, it's a German car, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no. I was like, it was me. Well, it wasn't really me, it was a buddy. But, like, it was my doing. Like, I did it. Because, for example, I was talking to this man out in Phoenix, if you know what Phoenix is.
Yeah.
He owns the shop called AZ Turbos. And I went out to him, and I was talking to him and stuff, and he said that 95% of the time, any mechanic you talk to is going to tell you that turbos cause problems for engines, and it's always the turbo's fault. And he said that that's never true, because he said 95% of the time you're going to bring it to a mechanic. Mechanic's going to say, oh, bring it to this guy, have him rebuild the turbo, have him replace the turbo, etc., etc. They do that, and the problem's still there, because it's never truly the turbo's fault. Right? It can be, but 95% of the time it's not going to be that, and it's just going to waste you more money in the long run.
Personally, like I was telling you, drop off the car over here. Maybe during summer break. I mean, you're in school?
I do online school.
Okay.
I
Well,
work a jobs. So.
okay. Well, whenever you take a break, dump the car off here. Let's spend a week or two and let's build it.
Works with me. I'll have to save up some, because right now at 17, I have to pay for like rent.
Yep.
I'm paying for my bills and everything.
You're adulting, bro. You're adulting. That's you're doing what all us other guys that are watching this right now do on a daily basis. It's called adulting, and it gets worse. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. No, I'm scared to turn 18. I don't want to be an adult. I've been to high school, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, no. Stay young.
I
I tell everybody, just stay young.
don't know what my future holds for me, which is what scares me.
Well, you'll never know, man. That's the beauty about the future, is that you'll never know. And that's what's awesome about it. One thing I tell everybody, just don't do, okay. The best saying, however, just you do stupid shit, you win stupid prizes.
Exactly.
Don't do stupid stuff. You'll be fine.
And my whole entire thing with life is tomorrow's never promised. Like my cousin, he passed away in 2017, and he was only 17, and his dream was he wanted to own at least a Miata and at least a GTI. So, my first car that I bought was a Miata, kind of out of him, because me and him were like best friends. He was like the closest person to me. So I bought the Miata primarily because I always wanted one because of him, because I looked up to him like an older, my older brother, even though he's my cousin. The other day, or not the other day, a few weeks ago when I got the GTI, part of me was like, man, this is gonna be stupid. I'm gonna have problems, blah blah blah. But then the other part of me was like, you know what? Like, I could not do it, and then I might regret it. Because I actually traded a car that was about to blow up, and the guy knew that and everything, plus a little cash on top for it. And the car that I had before was a truck. It was a truck I got for auction for $600.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 92 10 with 168,000 miles. I rebuilt the transmission. It was a 407R, or not 470. It was a 700R4. Sorry, it was a 700R4. That got rebuilt. You know, I just did everything maintenance-wise to it, blah, blah, blah. And I drove it for 8 months perfectly fine. Had no problems with it. But then it started burning oil crazy, and my transmission started leaking, and I started having transmission issues. So I was like, this guy lived on the road, and he lived on the road in a GTI. So
Wait, hold on. Before you go any further, you're saying what year was this car?
It was 92.
S10?
Yeah, with the 4.3 V6.
You know what those things are worth? Even with no engine?
It was worth nothing. It had the rims bent, had no front bumper.
Doesn't matter.
No,
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
no, but out here in Arizona, they're only selling for like ones that are running and driving. They're only selling for like $800 the same year and everything.
If you can find me one for $800, I will buy it right now. Like, I'm not shitting
Okay.
you. If you can find me a Chevy S10 right now for $800, I'm not shitting you. I can get you a line of people right now from LA to go pick up every single Chevy S10 that you can find for $800, and we will buy them. Like, I kid you not.
Really?
No, you don't understand.
No.
A Chevy S10 or a 92, 94, 95 Tacoma
First
is like,
generation. It was an extended cab long bed.
doesn't matter what it is. It's
No, I know.
it's a mini truck. You don't get it.
Yeah.
Mini trucks are like the most desirable truck on the market, period. Like, those things go for their weight in gold. Like, I want one. Like, I will sell my Mark IV GTI for a freaking for a Chevy S10. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I will sell it because they're so dope.
I would trade you my S10 for your GTI.
You don't even have one. You already sold it.
That's just true. This kind of makes me upset now.
Dude,
But
out
no,
here-
but, like,
Out here in California, a Chevy S10 clapped out with no engine is like $8,000.
there's no dude out here. I promise you, S10s out here sell for like 1,500.
See, now the price just doubled, guys. You guys heard that? It just doubled. Went from 800 to 1,500 now.
But what I'm saying is, like, it can range anywhere from 5 to 1,500. Like, my 500 to 1,500. Like, I'm being like completely genuine. I could probably find you one. Actually, I can guarantee you, I could find you one for way under $2,000, even 1,500, under 1,500.
No. I want a Chevy S10 for $800. That's what I want.
Okay. You know what? I will take you up on that, and I'll try to find you one. I will.
You know, the kind in Hawaii, it's probably easy, but you got to keep in mind, in Hawaii, that thing's probably a total rust bucket about to just literally just go fall in half.
Yeah.
But in Arizona, that thing has got to be literally flawless frame. Like, no rust, period. You guys don't have any salt out there. I mean, it's got to be literally a perfect truck. I mean, it's going to be a work truck. Someone's going to be using it, obviously. But you got to understand, the 90s Tacoma and the 90s freaking Chevy S10 is, it's like, it is the dream to find literally for under $1,000. Like, I'm not kidding you.
I got mine for, like I said, I got mine for $60 from auction, and then I replaced the fuel pump, and it ran just fine.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I did I changed out the compressor, the AC compressor, so I had AC. I got a new radiator, I had no cooling problems. I put a whole entire sound system in it. I had two 12-inch subs in the back, so it was an extended cab. I had a digital radio and everything. It was an automatic. It was a manual.
Yeah. Yeah, see the comment from Dekine? He's all like, a 2000 Tacoma goes for about 18,000. He's about right.
I actually had the S10 posted up on the marketplace, and I was about to sell it for like $1,500.
Bro, you could have sold that thing for a small fortune, man.
I tried. I actually originally sold it to my neighbor for like $400 because I wrapped the drive shaft inside a mattress spring, and it cut everything, and it was a whole entire mess.
Yeah.
And then he fixed it, and then I bought it back from him for like $500. So really, I only bought it back much more, and he fixed all the issues I had with it. But I don't know. If you look in Arizona, my S10 might still be up for sale. It might still be.
Look
on
at this.
Facebook
Right now, I'm going on Facebook Marketplace. There's a Chevy S10 that's wrecked from the front. Wrecked. And it's $10,000.
Go to Arizona, right? If you can do that, if you go on Facebook Marketplace.
Give me a. Hold on. We got to do this, guys. We need to do a live stream. Hold on. This guy. We got to find these $800 Chevy S10s because Yeah. Yeah.
Go onto Facebook Marketplace and go to Arizona, like Mesa, Arizona, and look up
Give me a second here. I'm doing it right now, so hold on. Let's see here. What's the zip code?
85205.
Mesa, Arizona. And we're gonna do 100-mile radius in that area.
Right, it's okay.
Alright, so hold on. So for you guys can see this on YouTube. Cause I don't know, man. Mr. Waters might be lying. Again, hold on. I'm doing this live, so hold on. Hold on.
I know.
All right, so
See it, so.
here we are. So I'm currently on the. If you're on YouTube, you can see this happening live. Okay.
I'm on my phone, so I can't see.
Well,
But I'm gonna hear
I'm on here.
what you say.
I'm gonna list the lowest price possible. Let's see. I'm gonna put $100 to $1,000.
Let me see.
So the very first one here is I want to buy, so that's not for sale. It's a parts car. 200,000 miles, automatic. What? This thing's $100.
Yeah, I told you they sell super cheap down here. I wasn't lying to you. I was being genuine.
Oh wait, that disappeared. I don't even think that's even available. Oh, there it is. There's a Blazer. It's $1,000 for a Blazer. What the hell?
They sell super cheap down here. I told you I wasn't lying to you. And you said I was lying.
Oh, you know why?
Down here in Arizona, S10 sell for like, they're overlooked as like, they're kind of, they're not sought after. They sell them super cheap. Mine.
Bro, I'm gonna go over there in Phoenix just to go buy these freaking S10s to resell them in California. It's $200 for a freaking clean ass Chevy S10. It's the top. This is the top. This is not the car. This is actually the top for it. Okay.
Mine will be on there. No, it has aftermarket headlights. It's a picture in the snow because I was up in Payson, and it has no front bumper, no grill. It's still on there. I just checked.
Dude, I am going to Arizona to go buy cars. I'm not even kidding. Holy crap. Why are they so cheap?
I told you, and you're like, nah, you're lying.
Dude, look at this. Look at this. I'm just telling you right now.
What is it?
Where I live. Alright? Move this a little bit. Let me just put 100 miles. Alright? S10. Make sure it says Chevy, because it's going to... 4,000. 4,800.
Jesus.
2,500.
I know a S10 that has a full like custom interior is beautiful with like 47,000 miles that my buddy has, and he wanted to sell it to me for like 13 or 1,400 bucks, and it's beautiful. Like the interior, like the stitching of the seats is all custom. It is beautiful.
Yeah, this is 1993. They want $7,000 for it.
So you're telling me I should have just hit you up before, been like, hey, I'll trade you my S10 for your GTI. Trade you the GTI.
It would have been a straight. It would have been a straight swap. You know, maybe a couple bucks on your side, but that's pretty much it.
Oh, now I'm upset. Now I'm angry.
Look at this.
I was jumping up there too.
$4,500 for this. Yeah. Like 2,500. There's nothing here. There's not a single truck on here that's under $1,000. I found 3 in your neck of the woods for like nothing.
Yeah. So you're telling me I should go buy one and then be like, hey, you
What
want to try?
what you should be doing is buying them and flipping them over here.
You think if I bought one, you could help me out with that? And
Of course.
Because I just got a paycheck tonight, and I can possibly.
It has to again. The catch is it better run and drive. Yeah, Ivan.
Yeah.
My friend Ivan, he's all like, it's funny because he sold an '02 Ranger for $6,000. Yeah.
Yeah, some Rangers go for a lot though. Rangers are just like Ford Rangers are like, those are good. Those are great trucks.
Dude, the Chevy S10 is a great truck.
I
But
love
apparently in Mesa, Arizona, no one cares. Look at this. 12 grand.
Just
12 grand for a 2001.
Jesus Christ. Well, you live in California. Everything out there is so expensive for no reason.
Yeah. Okay. Now we got to go shop freaking here. MK4 GTI. Freaking
Oh, GTA here is selling for like $3 grand, 2,500, $4 grand.
those have gone up in price. What's funny though, MK6 GTIs are worth nothing. Like here's a Mark 6 right here for 3,500 bucks.
Yeah. Wait, down here?
No, this is in San Diego. Where is it? That's like 8 grand for a 2014. That's like nothing.
But yeah, I didn't know that that's how Cali prices work. That's crazy to me.
Well, look at this one.
Hell no.
Look at this. Freaking Mark 7 for 2,500 bucks.
Jeez.
Oh no. He wants 17. Too good to be true. Look at this ugly turd.
But yeah, like I said, vehicles down here are so cheap. Like, incredibly cheap. Right now, at least. They fluctuate in price all the time. It's like the stock market, they go up.
So, if you can find me one of these in a TDI where you live, all right, a Mark IV wagon, a Jetta wagon, but in diesel and a manual transmission, I will buy it.
Okay. I want a TDI one so bad. Those are so.
Yeah, watch my Outlander playlist. You can see what I built a lifted Jetta for off-road.
Really?
Yeah.
So right now, what I have is I have a 1993 Dodge D250 12-valve Cummins in it. Now that's another one of my vehicles that I have, and that is like my favorite like vehicle ever. That's like my number one, like my dream truck my whole entire life since I was a kid. Because my grandpa bought it brand new in '93, and then it's my dad's, and then now it's mine. And so now that 12-valve Cummins and that is my favorite diesel engine ever. I wanted a 12-valve swap of Miata. Yeah, they put anything to a Miata. The jet engine to a Miata.
Yeah, I believe it.
I had my Miata phase for like a year. I love Miatas so much. I still do. I still want another one. But yeah, like I said, they sell down here for like everything is down here is like half or like 75%.
Yeah, no. I you know what? I take back my comment. Waters Mesa, Arizona, cheap cars. And I bet you it's all the Mexican guys.
You know, it's kind of that's kind of the truth because like every single one that you find is actually a good price. It's all in Spanish.
Yep.
Description. They barely speak English, and then you go there, and then they're like they can't speak English, and they just tell you they just ask you the money, and then they just sell it to you. And that's it.
Yep. That's all you need. Money talks, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody needs cheap vehicles, you know, let me just know. Give me the money, you know, do transporting fees. I'll drive it to you, you know. I'll drive all the way to you.
I'll drive to you to go pick it up. Shit. Here, I'll show you something before we call it a night. I'll show you something. You know what that is? That's a VW Corrado. This has a 1.8T swap in it. Hold on. So this car's a 1991 with the 500 horsepower 1.8T. It's a shaved engine bay, so everything's tucked. It's dirty just because it's been, put away for a minute. But yeah, that's a 1.8T that's completely shaved. Like everything's really. Oh, it doesn't have one. We're not done with it. We actually have the full interior in my storage room. We built a full custom race interior for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I want to worry about this soon. Just like once everything gets ready, obviously, it's like I can buy those. Like if I move everything to do it, I don't have to worry about anywhere.
Well, one thing you're gonna learn: you only get one entry. You can't have any more than one entry. So that's it.
But I'm just, when he said that, I was like, you know what? If I let's say like it's a small chance, but there's a chance. And let's say it did that. That would be like a real blessing. Like that would probably turn my life around a little bit.
Well, who knows?
Cross.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I mean, I can't.
Ronnie's about to subscribe to the Patreon too because he wants to help out and he wants to try to get a chance of the good old Jetta. Because that thing is, I was watching the videos on tonight actually of everything. Like you're just like, you had the overview video of it where you're just going over everything and you're saying what you're going to do to it and everything.
Well, have you seen the engine?
I have not. I just saw the overview video of it.
Let me see. Hopefully, let me sign off everybody on YouTube. You guys have a good one. Oh, looks like it just actually ended. So, oh, there it goes. Well, you guys have a good night. I'm gonna go show Mr. Waters the all the other engines. All right, guys. Peace out. You guys have a wonderful night.